How to buy a house in Arizona. How much money do you need? When is a good time to buy? Stick around for the whole home buying process from start to finish. Hi, my name is Mustafa and I'm a realtor in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm here to educate you on the home buying process. If you want to see more content on buying a house, subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified every time a fresh content is out. Alright, let's get to it. Before starting the whole process, let me introduce you to the actors in the home buying process. Naturally, we have a buyer and we have a seller. You are the buyer and the homeowner is the seller. And we have a real estate agent. In fact, we have two real estate agents. One representing the buyer and one representing the seller. Each agent has to protect the best interest of their client. If you're getting a mortgage, we also have a lender. The lender is the institution who's going to give you the money to buy the house. It can be a bank or a credit union, but ideally it's a local mortgage company. The number two person sellers hate is the inspector. They're licensed professionals hired by you to find issues about the house you're about to buy. Their job is to find problems, and you can bet dollars to donuts that they're gonna find problems. Well, who's the number one person sellers hate? That would be the appraiser, aka the deal killer. They're hired by the lender, but paid for by you, we'll get to that later, to make sure the home is worth what you're paying for. You can say, oh, so they're looking out for me. No. Remember, the lender gave the majority of the money to buy the house. And if you don't pay back, they're going to be stuck with this house. So they want to make sure they can sell the house and recoup their money. So the appraiser is making sure that the house is worth that much. Lastly, we have the title company and the escrow officer. In Arizona, these two people actually work under the same roof, the title company. But in fact, their jobs are completely different. The title company researches the title to make sure there are no issues and insures you for future unknown problems. And the escrow officer is the third party handling the money in this transaction. Now that you know who everyone is, let's go through the process step by step. Earlier in the process, 1 year or more before you actually move in. You decided to buy a house, but are you ready? At this point, make sure your finances are in order. And if they're not, put them in order. 1. Make sure you have a good credit score. You can download the Credit Karma app and check your credit score for free. You don't need a perfect credit score, but ideally you want to get as close to 740 as possible. Number 2. Pay off credit card debt and avoid taking out new loans. So no new cars, no new furniture, no new expensive stuff that you need to finance. The lender is going to look at your debt to income ratio. So the lower your monthly debt payments, the higher you can qualify for. Number 3, accumulate as much cash as possible. In order to buy a home, you're going to need at least 3% down payment, ideally 10%. On top of that, you're probably going to end up paying some or all of the closing costs. Closing costs are hard to estimate, but they're about 1 to 2% of the purchase price. Who pays the closing costs? It's negotiable, but if you're in a strong seller's market, it's probably going to be you. And after you move in, you're probably going to spend some money around the house also. Fresh paint, new lighting fixtures, etc. And after all that, you should probably have some cash left over in your savings account, because you never know what's going to happen. After I bought my first house, my AC broke and I had a roof leak within 6 months. Also during this time, don't make any career changes. It is okay to change jobs as long as it's in the same career field. But don't quit your job in marketing and open a butcher shop. Starting the search 6 months to a year before you move in. Your finances are in order and you're saving money. Now it's time to decide what you want. Do you want a condo, a townhouse, or a single family home? Do you want a backyard, a garage? How about a pool? Where do you want to live? Do you want a basic, simple house or do you want all the upgrades? Life doesn't give you what you want, but it gives you options. There are 3 factors determining the value of a house, and you can only choose 2: location, amenities, and the condition of the house. Once you pick your price range, you can pick your location and you can pick the amenities, but the condition of the house will be determined by your price range. Similarly, you can want a pool, backyard, garage, and you want an upgraded kitchen and bathroom, but your price range is gonna determine where you're gonna live. At this point, you should start talking to realtors and pick one that you like. You're going to see each other and talk to each other a lot in the next 6 months, so make sure you like your realtor. By the way, if you like this video, please do me a favor and hit the like button. It helps the channel to grow so I can make more videos like this. Get pre-qualified 3 to 6 months before you move in. Once you find your realtor and tell them what you like, it's time to get pre-qualified. You want to make sure your price range is actually what you can afford. Plus, you can't make an offer on a house you like unless you are pre-qualified. If you don't have a lender yet, your realtor can refer you to one. At this point, your realtor should start sending you houses that you can look on your computer. You are pre-qualified for your price range, and now it's time to go look at the houses. Go see 3 to 5 homes with your realtor and make sure the 2 factors you picked earlier are still okay. Drive around the neighborhood and go to the local grocery store to make sure you like the neighborhood. Making offers 1 to 3 months before you move in. You picked your ideal neighborhood, you know what you want, and you start looking at 2 to 3 houses every weekend. Once you find the one you love, it's time to make an offer. Discuss with your agent what kind of offer you should make on that house. The market conditions decide who has the upper hand in the negotiations. Right now, in the fall of 2020, we are in a strong seller's market in Arizona, so the buyers don't have much negotiation power. Offer accepted 30 days before you move in. Congratulations! Whew, what a relief. Well, in fact, the stress is about to start. As soon as your offer is accepted, you need to deposit an earnest money with the escrow officer. Earnest money is about 1% of the purchase price, and it's telling the seller that you're serious about that house. You have 10 days to inspect the house and decide if you want to move forward or back out the deal and get your earnest money back. In Arizona, all homes are sold as is. It means you can request the seller to make some repairs, but the seller doesn't have to agree. At that moment, you have to decide you actually want the house or not. I will make another video about the inspection, but don't be alarmed when you get the inspection report back. There is no perfect house, so your inspection report will have some issues on it. Discuss with your agent and the inspector to see how serious those issues are. You can actually use the inspection report as a negotiation tool. You can tell the seller, hey, there are some issues with your house. You either repair them or you give me $10,000 off on the agreed upon price. Again, discuss with your agent how much negotiation power you actually have in this deal. Appraisal time. You remember the deal killer? Appraiser is going to compare the house you want to the similar homes in the neighborhood that sold in the last 6 months and try to estimate a value. At this point, both realtors want the deal to go ahead, so they're going to try to influence the appraiser and send them some data to convince the appraiser that the purchase price is justified. Hopefully, the home will appraise for the purchase price and things are going to move forward. But if it doesn't, you have 3 options. 1. You can back out the deal and get your earnest money back. 2. You can come up with the difference on your own. 3. You can renegotiate with the seller and ask them to come down to the appraised amount. The last stretch. Your home is approved and you're moving forward. The lender sends your file to the underwriter and secure the funds you need and hopefully sends them to the escrow officer in time. You should receive a closing disclosure at least 3 days before the closing date. This disclosure is going to lay out all the credits and debits and it's going to tell you how much exactly you need to bring to the closing table. Before you hand over your check and sign the papers, you need to go see the home again. Schedule a final walkthrough with your agent, and to make sure everything that's supposed to work is still working and everything that's supposed to be out of the house are out of the house. Once you approve the final condition of the house, you can go to closing, sign the papers, and your agent is going to give you the keys to your new house. Congratulations, you're now a homeowner and you're on your way to build your wealth. Your first mortgage payment is going to be the first of the month after the full month. For example, if you close on April 15, the first full month is May, and your first mortgage payment will be June 1st. That was the whole home buying process for the first time home buyers in Arizona. If you want a complete buyer guide, go to northphoenixlife.com/buyer gift to download your free buyer guide. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you on the next video.